setting up the Divine photo booth or the trio, you'll have a platform that looks like this. You're going to make sure that there's two sets of screws that you're going to get. They're a little bit larger, and then there's like some tiny ones. The tiny ones are the ones that go around here, and you'll have a lot of extra ones. But to install here, you're going to use those thicker screws, and you can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and that will give you the ability to turn this left or right for your photo booth. Okay, then what we're going to do next is we're going to start removing these so that way we can input our iPad. Okay, now that I have all my screws taken off, we're going to lift this off. I'm going to put this aside just for a moment, and then I'm going to show you back here what you're going to do. You're going to remove 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the thicker screws. So let's say I'm going to use this. I just got one of those electric screwdrivers. I'm going to remove this. Then the next one, followed by the number 3 and number 4. And the reason why I'm doing that is this is what's going to be holding in my iPad. So at this time, you're going to remove these, remove this, and I'm going to set that with that, so that way I know that those screws are specifically for that. So you can see here the two different screws. One is tinier than the other, so don't get those confused. All right, so now you're going to put your iPad face down. This is your indication. That's where the camera is going to be. And then you're going to make sure you connect your USB, and you're going to either connect USB or USB-C right here. You could see that that's right there. So make sure you connect that there, so that way this has it charging at all times for you. I would say get like the smallest cable, or if you have a big one, that's fine. Just wrap it up that way it's not too chaotic back here. After you're done with that, you're going to put these back on and screw this right back onto your iPad. I would screw it in so that way it's nice and snug in there. It's not loose, but don't tie it too tight so that way you don't, crack your screen or anything. It's built specifically for that, but just be careful when you're screwing it in. I don't want anything to happen to it. I would let your iPad live in here, so that way the iPad that's in here, you're not constantly like taking it back in and having to do this. I would just let it live in there, and that's going to be specifically for the photo booth only. So now I'm going to go ahead and start screwing everything back together. Okay, as you can see, we have this already nice set up, ready to go. So I don't have my iPad in there. I don't have an actual iPad to put in there right now, but you guys get the concept. You can see my 4 screws that I had screwed in there. So this is always going to be stationary. And then I have my 2 bars that's going to hold my iPad in place. And then just to recap, we do have all the screws connected here. Next, we're going to set up the body. The next thing that I do is I flip the unit upside down, and it's totally fine if you do that. I normally pad it with like a foam or something at the bottom, so that way I'm not scratching the photo booth. But as you can see here, I have the base plate. There's 6 screws to put in, and once you have the big screws in, you're just screwing these directly into the unit. Once you have all 6 or all 4, I just do 4 based off of my just for time, but you don't have to do all 6 if you don't want to. With the 4, it'll be fine. With the 6, it'll just be like completely sturdy. But now that I have this set up, I'm going to go ahead and start flipping this on its side. Put this down. So this is what I normally do. This is my process. Oops, that's my shoe. So you see this is in the laying down position. And then I just flip it in the upright position. So now I have it like that. Now I'm going to grab this piece over here. Grab 4 screws, and we're going to either put it, if you're going to be displaying your display away from the clients, that's the way you're going to do it. If you're going to be displaying it towards your client, you're going to want to set it up like this. Either way, it's the right way, it'll fit. So then I'm going to screw these 4 on now to put the head on. So as you can see, I have my screws already planted there. I'm going to put all 4 of them in, screw them in. And now I'm going to use my key to open up the back, and at the top you should see something like this. You're just going to feed this up to this hole here and connect here. Next, what you're going to do is at the bottom you're going to have an AC adapter. You're just going to connect that here and turn it on. That will turn on your unit as well as the top unit. Once I turn this on, you can use a remote. Make sure your remote has a battery. If it doesn't, that's fine. You can download the app. That way you can change the colors, and I'll go over that in just a moment. Now that you have your booth set up, I'm going to have you grab this unit. It's a USB drive. So you're going to grab this unit or any USB. We already supplied you with this, so I would say use that. Connect it to the back of your computer, whether it's Windows or Mac. Once you connect it, you're going to see a folder that pops up like this. I'm going to move this out of the way. And it'll look something like this, right? So it'll say all this information. Make sure you have your design on your computer. So like in this case, I have this design that I want to incorporate. In this folder, you're going to then click on Playlist, Media, and you're going to see a file that's already in there. I need you to go ahead and just delete that file. Once you delete that file, then you can go ahead and drag in whatever media or whatever design that you would like to have display. Once you do that and confirm that it's been uploaded, then you're going to eject, and now we're going to connect the USB to the back of our booth. So as you can see, there's nothing connected here. What I'm going to do next is then connect my USB port to this one, the bottom one, and once I connect it, it will automatically upload. So that's what I'm going to do first, is connect it there. And then wait for it to pop up. It'll take like a couple seconds. And there it is. So that's it. That's all you have to do. Once it's uploaded, it's ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect it from the back. So you can see there's nothing there, but my design is still there. And that's how you successfully set up the Divine booth. Okay, so for your remote, you're going to just pinch this little side and drag it out. Once you do that, you're going to put in a 2032 battery. You can buy these from like Walmart or any little store that may have them. Walmart, Target, Best Buy will have these. They're very common batteries. And then you'll push that in. And now you can press this circle button. And you can change your mode. Or if you want to bring it lower and dim it down, you can do that. Or if you want to bring it up, you can. You could also do the outer circle and pick a color that you want, which is cool. You could also click on mode, and you could see that the mode changes. There's like a bunch of different ones, so you could just go all day with this. If you want to go back to white, click on that center, and again you can change either white or yellow. So this is to change your mode, and then change the outer one is to change the intensity, and then you can bring up the brightest light possible here. Next, we're going to go over how to do it from the app of your phone. Okay, so whether you're using iPhone, Android, it should be available on both. You're going to go to your Apple store and type in BanLAN-X. Find it. This is it, the one with the little X. I'm going to install it. Let me put my password in. Okay, now that's downloaded, I'm going to open it. Click OK, hit allow, and I'm going to click this plus sign up here, hit add device, and you can see here I've already added all of my devices here, but what you're going to do is you're going to see one and it'll say something different. You're going to click on it, and then what you're going to do is, here, let me see, mine is the Divine Lux, that's that one. So I'm going to click on Divine, click OK, and then it'll say connecting at the bottom. And now what I can do, I'm going to show you here, it's my little dog. I can go to yellow, and it changes to yellow. And you'll see that there's dynamic. So you can click on dynamic, and you're going to see here what I'm going to do really quick. So you're going to see that it changes So all I'm doing is just going 18, 19. There's so many different modes, and you can see here I'm doing that by doing this, just changing the different modes. Okay, now if you want something like a solid color, you can click on solid, and you can go like white. You can go, the blue means cool color, which is just like a solid white. If you want to bring up the brightness, you can bring up the brightness. You can see it brings it up. If you want to go color, so you see right here it says white or color, you can click on color. And if you want, let's say like a blue, you can go to blue, and there it is. If you want it to go to music, when you're at an event, you click on music, and it'll just go based off of my voice. So as if I go louder and louder, it just goes based off of, so yeah. Obviously you need louder music than that. And if you want to go based off of like a certain color, like if you're just like, hey, you know what, I want to change it to a specific color, you can change it here, and you can make your own like specific color if you want to do that. So for like 360 Booth Expert, we went ahead and just did something like that. But most of you will probably just use the solid colors or the solid white, or you could just do that dynamic and then choose like a design that you like. And that's how you successfully set up your Divine booth.